I now have a question for you. How often do you wash your clothes?
This Friday has been declared No Laundry Day, not by lazy Kiwis, but by EcoStore. Each year, New Zealanders use a staggering 39 billion litres of water just washing clothes. If we all skipped laundry for one day, it would save 107 million litres from going down the drain. That's 766,000 bathtubs of water. And experts say many items shouldn't be washed every time we wear them. OK, stinky socks and your undies, probably. But stuff like jeans, many think they should rarely be cleaned.
Things like denim should not be washed every time you wear them.
How many?
8 to 10 times you should actually wear a pair of jeans. Now, if you spill on them or you have some bodily reaction in them, by all means wash them.
By doing less laundry, you're helping save the planet. Be lazy, Aotearoa. Do it for the children.
I believe the children are future.
Joining us now from Christchurch is textile technologist at Ag Research, Dr. Stuart Colley. Stuart, do you think we wash our clothes more than we need?
I have a suspicion that we do, really, although I guess it's a spectrum. We probably all know people who seem to wash things all the time, but also people that probably don't wash them quite as much. But I think overall, perhaps we probably do wash things a bit too much.
Do I need to follow all the crazy washing label instructions?
Well, the first thing I would say is yes, you definitely should follow those instructions. But the second thing I would say is that the people who put those labels in are probably pretty risk averse. So, you know, the odd mistake where you wash something not quite as it should be is usually going to be okay. And I guess the only one to particularly be careful of is if things are delicate and they do need and they require a delicate wash, then that's probably something that you should stick with.
The one I hear the most crazy ideas about is a pair of jeans. Some I've heard wash them once a year. What would you do?
Well, I must admit that if my jeans stayed clean enough to only be washed once a year, I probably wouldn't be living much of a life, I suspect. I would be spilling my food on them and all sorts of things. But I guess if you give it the smell test and you have a look at them and they're not dirty, then you could keep on washing them. But I would expect that you could wash them more often than that. I mean, jeans are robust garments.
Any ideas for how to kind of like extend the days between the washes? I've heard vodka spray, I've heard freezing, I've heard hang out in the sunshine. Are any of those worth a shot?
Yeah, I think definitely hanging things out in the sunshine is good. They're going to get an airing, so anything they've kind of absorbed, like moisture or odours, are going to be able to dissipate. And also the sun will have a bit of the UV will have a bit of a sort of disinfectant effect as well. So I think that's a good option for increasing the number of wears. The vodka, I'm not sure about. I guess the alcohol might do something to bugs that are in there. And the freezing one, I think they won't necessarily get smellier while they're in the freezer, but I think it will probably just be like it was when you put them in there.
Stuart, it's great advice. I will wear these clothes until Jesse starts holding his nose. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Wasting vodka on jeans is very un-New Zealand of you. I probably should wash my jeans, but I'm worried that I will not be able to get back into them afterwards because they always feel so small. There's a long day the day after you wash your jeans.
I relate so hard to that. Even the thought of washing my jeans makes me feel so stressed out because I know that afterwards they're just going to be so tight and it's an awful experience.
It's demoralising.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, don't wash your jeans if you take the non-washing seriously. I don't like to wash things every time, but I do like to be prepared for spot cleaning, for emergencies. You're going to need talcum powder. You're going to rub that into your little drops of oil. You're going to need a little toothbrush to scrub that talcum powder out. You're going to need eucalyptus spray so it doesn't pong. You're going to maybe need your Kmart steamer so that it sort of looks like you've laundered it, but you haven't.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
I've said this to you before. You're an elderly woman trapped in a young woman's body.
True.
Talcum powder and eucalyptus spray.
I love going to my chemist to get my little talcum powder.
I also don't wash every time, but I just prefer, instead of having all of that, just to have lower standards.
Yes.
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 Lower your standards, New Zealand.
Yeah.